What is up, car addicts? In this video, we're talking about this week's Triple Money Event Week, as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for September 17th through September 23rd, 2020. The current casino podium vehicle is the Progen Italy GTB. This supercar is primarily based on the McLaren 570S, mixed with the Tryon Nemesis. This vehicle released about 4 years ago with the import-export update, and normally costs about $1.2 million. Now, performance-wise, this car is not that great in comparison to the top cars in the class. However, in terms of customization, this car does have a Benny's custom conversion upgrade, which gives it a crazy wide body kit with tons of customization. Keep in mind that the Benny's custom upgrade fee is about $500,000 in addition to the normal price of the car. So, for those of you who maybe paid full price for the Italy GTB and are angry about it being on the podium, you can still take the one you originally purchased and sell it for roughly about $1 million, depending on your upgrades and whether or not you have the custom Benny's version. Again, to avoid confusion, please note that what you get for the vehicle depends on what you paid for it. The podium car will not sell for any money. I'm specifically referring to the GTB that people paid full price for. So, is the Italy GTB worth attempting to win by spinning the lucky wheel over and over this week? I'm going to say 100% yes. While it's not that good of an all-around fast supercar in terms of performance, it's normally a little pricey in my opinion, and getting it for free is awesome, especially since you're getting the base car for free. Then you really only have to pay $500,000 to get the Benny's custom upgrade one, which is super cool with tons of customization, and that's really not a bad price. So, starting off with our property discounts, we have 30% off the hangars, as well as the upgrades and renovations for them as well. I recommend getting a hangar if you don't have one already, as most of the newer aircrafts require that you own one in order to purchase them. The upgrades that I recommend are the living quarters upgrade so you can spawn in there, and the workshop upgrade so you can obviously upgrade your aircrafts. All the other upgrades are pretty useless here in my opinion. Moving on to vehicle discounts, we have the same Sports Classics car discounts yet again for the 5th week in a row. This is getting absolutely ridiculous at this point. Not sure what Rockstar's doing, if can't remove the discounts or if they forgot about them. I have no idea what's going on, but anyways, the discounts are 50% off the Swinger. So this Sports Classics car is not very good performance-wise, as it has a slow handling flags, which really impacts its driving experience and the all-around performance. Moving along, we have 50% off the 190Z. This Sports Classics car has very good customization and is a ton of fun to drive. However, it's not close at all to the top cars in the class. Next up, we have 50% off the Viceris. So this Sports Classics car has decent top speed, but unfortunately doesn't perform well in comparison to the top cars in the class due to its handling. Moving along, we have 50% off the Silvestra. Now this Sports Classics car is decent, but also doesn't perform well in comparison to the top cars in the class. However, it does have good customization. Moving along, we have 50% off the Rapid GT Classic. This Sports Classics car is actually pretty competitive performance-wise. However, I will say that it is pretty difficult to drive. Next up, we have 50% off the Torero. This Sports Classics car is sadly not that great performance-wise in comparison to the Turismo Classic or the Cheetah Classic. Next up, we have 50% off the Infernus Classic. Again, the Sports Classics car, not that great performance-wise in comparison to the top cars. It's a very good looking car, however, with tons of detail and decent customization, but again, not the best. Next up, we have 50% off the Mamba. Now this Sports Classics car is a ton of fun to drive, but it doesn't handle very well at all, and doesn't really perform too well in comparison to the top cars in the class, but has decent customization, very good exhaust note, again, super fun to drive. Love that car. Next up, we have 50% off the Sterling GT. Personally, I love the way the Sports Classics car looks, sounds, and drives. The handling is absolutely incredible, but unfortunately it lacks the top speed to be able to keep up with the top Sports Classics cars. And lastly, from the Legendary Motorsport website, we have 50% off the Z-Type. Now the Z-Type currently still has the highest top speed out of all the Sports Classics cars, and is still worth purchasing for long highway races in my opinion. Moving on to the Benny's website, we have 25% off the Benny's custom conversion cost for the Gauntlet Classic Custom, which is awesome. This car has one of the highest top speeds in the muscle car class, and is a ton of fun to drive and customize. The conversion cost price discount is about $570,000, plus the cost of the car. So that will cost you about 1.2 million roughly. Next up for Benny's, we have 25% off the Benny's custom conversion cost for the Manana Custom. I prefer the looks of a lot of other lowriders in this game. Manana's not really my favorite, but if you like this one, you can get a decent discount. So the conversion cost price on discount is about 650,000 plus the cost of the car, so that will cost you about 660,000 total. Moving on to the Warstock website, we have 30% off the Zaba. I don't really find the Zaba that useful, plus the armor is not all that great. This vehicle can drive on water, which is pretty cool, but so can the APC, and I think that's a much better vehicle. Next up, we have 30% off the Deluxo. Now, everyone knows about the Deluxo, whether good or bad. It used to be the try-hard vehicle of choice for most people before the Oppressor Mark II came out. The trade price on discount, as you can see here, is actually a pretty good deal in my opinion. So for those of you who maybe sold your Deluxo in the past and want to buy it back, now's the best time to do that. Moving along, we have 40% off the Starling. Now this glider is a lot of fun to mess around with. It has that long-lasting rocket boost at the back and is a ton of fun to troll in dogfighting situations with planes. Keep in mind they need to own a hangar in order to buy it. And lastly, we have 40% off the Tula. Now this aircraft does have the vertical takeoff and can land on water, which is pretty cool as well. But personally, I feel it is a little overpriced for what it is, and it's pretty slow as well. Also keep in mind you need to own a hangar in order to purchase it. And that's it for vehicle discounts. I'm not sure why they repeated the Legendary Motors website Sports Classics car discounts for the 5th week in a row. It's getting a little old. I guess we'll see how long they keep these discounts for, or if they even remember that they're there. But so far, this is definitely the longest we've ever had a discount repeat. Moving on to the triple money stuff, we have triple money NRP on the King of the Hill modes. I personally never done these before, but they do show up to 16 players right here, so I'm sure with a full lobby and with this triple money bonus, it should pay out pretty well. Next up, we have triple money NRP on the adversary mode Overtime Rumble. This one is one of my favorite adversary modes, especially with friends. With triple money, it definitely makes it a lot more worth it to play. Moving on to the double money stuff, we have double money NRP on the Hangar Air Freight Cargo. Now, even with double money, it's still not the best way to make money in the game, but it's a nice alternative to do if you're tired of the same old money grinding. Also remember guys that the hangars are 30% off as I mentioned earlier, so now's the best time to purchase one and experiment with the aircraft cargo if you've never done it before. Moving on to the Prime Gaming discounts for Prime Gaming members only. I'll leave instructions in the pinned comment how to become a Prime Gaming member if you aren't one already. So they seem to be the same as last week, which is 80% off the Tyrants. So this supercar is not that great performance wise, and it also has a slow handling flags which really impact its performance. And also we have 80% off the T20. Now this supercar used to be the best for racing a while ago, but now there are obviously a lot better cars to choose from. But for this price, this is a steal in my opinion, a good starter car. Again guys, if you don't see a discount on the Tyrant or the T20, it's because you don't have your Prime Gaming account linked to your social club. Again, all the information on how to do that is down below in the pinned comment. And lastly, we have of course the Armandito Time Trial Construction Site 2. This week's normal time trial is Del Perro Pier. I highly recommend a fast motorcycle such as the Hakachu Drag, Shotaro, or a Batty 801 for this time trial, or a fast car such as the Emerus, Krieger, Devest 8, Pariah, or Itali GTO. And this week's premium race is a supercar race, Senora Freeway. I highly recommend either the Devest 8, Emerus, or Krieger for this race. This race is mainly top speed with about 4 main corners. Every Friday I post a guide on how to easily beat the time trials on premium race, so stay tuned for that if you're new. Anyways guys, hope this was helpful. This event week is pretty decent in terms of discounts, and the bonus money is decent as well with some decent variety. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.